Feels like I've been walking on ice. Just wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. When it's done, we're gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go.
Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast.
It's Thursday. You guys, we're more than halfway through.
I know, actually I was in a car yesterday just thinking to myself, wow, this week really flew by. Blah. And that feeling of like, wow, the week just flew by, it was so unknown to me.
It's so hard to come by.
I haven't felt that feeling. Like, I actually remember, I had deja vu when I was taken back to the last time I felt that way. And it was when I was an intern at Oath.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. That was when I was in college. Like, wow, I'm just so grateful for this feeling. Like, I know it won't be for a while, so while it's here, I want to say I love you.
I love you too. We actually are going to have a good weekend because we're both here. Are you here too?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be equal parts relaxing and fun. Also, Claudia and I are filming our Drunk Get Ready with us this weekend.
Oh my God, I totally forgot.
Inevitably, we are going to be drunk.
I don't know why, I just like have a pit about it.
I know, but we'll watch it back the next day.
No, not about anything that I said. It's just like the thought of like, remember those
of knowing you're about to get so drunk.
Yeah, for like seemingly no reason.
Usually you just fall into it.
Right, and that's just so fun and carefree. But it's like, do you ever remember those videos? That was that company that would like make people get high, like those 3 grandmas getting high. Remember that video?
Yes.
And they like had a whole series of like watching people get high. Those videos would give me such like paranoid anxiety. And I just feel like that's what we're doing. It's like an incubator. Like, let's watch people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it'll be fun. I just hope I do my makeup well because we are going out. We got to hit the town with all that energy.
The live stream is just ablaze with the fact that you're wearing jeans because you never wear jeans.
I never wear jeans. Up until 2 days ago, I didn't own jeans this color, but I actually am glad you brought up my jeans because they are new, clearly, and they're from Frank & Oak, which is a sponsor of the toast that we talked about earlier this week. And I just wanted to show you guys, they're not sponsoring the show today, but I just wanted to show you like the quality of stuff. And I actually love, it's a subscription box. Now I sound like an ad. You get it in the mail and you get to pick all this stuff. So because I was getting a bunch of things, I kind of chose some things I might not normally choose.
Some crazy.
So I never in my life would have bought these jeans, and now I am so glad that I have them. Thanks to Frank & Oak and thanks to the toast.
Well, my shirt is also from a prestigious retailer called KetoSeason.com. Ben actually designed these avocado titty shirts, and they're hilarious, but you can tell that a man made them because the nipples are so high up. Like, this is what a porn star would wear, you know? But I feel like maybe it's creating an illusion that I have perky tits, and I'm actually really here for it.
No, it really is. It's like your tits are at attention.
My tits are like deers in headlights, just looking straight at it.
Yeah.
This is from a merch drop that I'm a sponsor for my husband. His merch drops today at noon on KetoSeasonSZN.com if you want to check it out. There's actually really cute, high quality stuff. He worked super hard on it. Like, he's never been so excited. I think he's more excited about this merch drop than he was like for our wedding.
That's sweet.
Well, that makes sense also because we both like hated our wedding.
That's true. I'm looking forward to your wedding redo. You guys need to renew your vows.
We also need to redo. And you know what's so funny is there's a wedding store, like a bridal shop right by where I live. So whenever I walk Theo, I walk right past it. And it's like a fancy one. And I always like look past the windows and I'm like, that's the dress I'm going to get when I redo my photos. It's actually like very glamorous. Like, it has a cape. And I just think like capey vibes are definitely for me because I don't like love my arms, you know?
Ooh, capey vibes.
Right?
I like that.
But is it too trendy? Like, will I have to redo my photos again in 5 years when capes are not in trend? In style?
I feel two ways about trendy dresses. Like, on the one hand, it's like you want your children to look at these photos and think you were beautiful forever. On the other hand, your children aren't looking at your wedding photos every day. And on the other foot, it's like it's a sign of the times.
Yeah. In the words of Harry Styles, don't stop your crying. It's a sign of the times. Also, that reminded me of this week's episode of Real Housewives of Orange County when Tamara found her wedding dress, which was super cute.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, timeless.
Timeless.
Which is actually kind of shocking. I wasn't expecting that.
No, me neither. When she pulled it out, I was like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. And then when they showed a photo of her 10 years ago wearing it, I was like, oh my God, she looks gorgeous then and now.
Yeah, it was like high fashion.
You know, it was like super glam.
Like, it might be the best she ever like looked.
No, but that's what it should be.
That's true.
Where did her and Eddie get married?
On TV?
Yeah, no, but I know like where, like location-wise.
At a hotel.
I wasn't like an OC, like obsessed stan back then.
I was in college. Like, I had too much homework to be watching spin-offs.
No, that's why Margot doesn't watch Bravo.
Yeah.
It's true. But I do love that Bravo is consistent with their housewife wedding spin-offs. Like, pretty much everyone gets one, except for Danielle Staub.
Except for Leanne Locken.
Yeah, that's true. But Dallas isn't like enough of a cemented franchise for them to be just like, handing out spin-offs.
But Leanne is enough of a cemented woman.
Andy said in an interview once that his All-Star Housewives team includes Leanne Locken, which is so crazy because she was like the freshest one.
She's new on the scene.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Makes you think.
Makes you think.
Well, we're going to recap OC and Southern Charm at the end of the show because I stayed up so late watching them.
I watched so much TV yesterday, like as homework for this show, like, and this morning Taylor Swift on GMA, like so much.
We're going to talk about that. Can't wait to hear about it. And as so many people are commenting, yes, today is Lover Day.
Today's Lover. It's so weird, like
because tonight is Lover Night.
Right.
Yeah,
tomorrow
but, like,
is technically the
tomorrow
release
is.
day, but I consider it today, and I just have to say I'm very strong.
You're strong.
Yeah.
How so?
Thank you for asking. I came upon something today. I got a link in my inbox, and it was a leak of the whole album on a Google Drive.
What? From who? Like a toaster?
I can't say. And I did not listen to it.
Don't do it.
Don't
You know
do
what?
it.
Because first of all, like I want to have the experience with everyone. Like knowing things before people, but not being able to say anything is like not fun. Like, hello, I knew Ariana and Pete were engaged because I saw them at a party, and I couldn't fucking say anything. And you know what? It wasn't fun. I would have rather found out with everyone else. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like having that kind of information, like, is cool, but like then I feel like after I listened to it, I would have been like upset.
Yeah, also, like, you need to hear it in the way that Taylor intended. Maybe the quality is not going to be 100%.
Yeah, and it felt icky. Like, if I'm going to be a real stan, and like an honest stan, which I am, and I've always said, like, a part of stan culture is like, it's being a good stan. It's not just being like a blind leader. It's like calling people out when you think that they've done something wrong, but like in a nice and respectful way. Like you don't have to just like be obsessed with someone and think that everything they do is right. And I just think I wouldn't be like a good honest stan that I think that I am if I listened to some leaky vibes.
No, but it's kind of like wearing a knockoff purse. Like there's something about it that's not real, and it actually will take away from the experience.
Yes.
It feels cheap. I remember I got Adele's newest album, 25.
So did I.
Before it came out.
By the way, there was some guy at work. We were both working at AOL, and some guy gave it to us.
Yeah. And I don't remember if I wound up listening to it, but like I used to be so OCD about like music that even when I would download songs illegally to my iTunes, I would put in all the information like album, year, songwriters because I wanted it to
And the
look
photo.
real.
And the photo.
And the photo. And it's like, just buy the song.
And by the way, I already bought it, so that would just be like a waste of my money. But now I'm thinking two things. One, Margot, we got to go to Target
I know.
because I want a physical copy.
There's a Target in the city now.
There's two.
Kips Bay.
Perfect. Except I'll bet my life that by the time we get our asses there, it'll be sold out.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
But no, we have to go out of the city.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like-
Because she lives here. And like,
Yeah.
But
You know what we
sometimes-
do have to do?
But sometimes
Wait,
New
I just did
Yorkers-
something so smart.
New Yorkers are too cool for stuff like that.
I just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why we never do that for the toast. I always get distracted by like my texts. Is that a good idea?
You know what we need to do this weekend because we're all here? Go to the pop-up shop.
Of course.
That's what I really want
Where's
to do.
the pop-up shop?
Probably in Soho.
Okay.
All pop-up shops live in Soho.
Yeah,
I don't think I've
yeah.
ever seen a pop-up shop on the Upper East Side.
I wish.
It's such a Soho, like,
Concept.
thank you. I couldn't think of the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be
100%.
there. See you there.
We will
Okay,
be
cool.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big weekend for you guys.
No,
it's
it's gonna
good
be-
that you're home and that like you have all your speakers charged.
But I'm also
so you can
nervous
listen.
because tonight I have a birthday dinner. So it's like, am I going to be drunk? I don't know. Do I want to be drunk? Will it elevate it?
I'm so nervous because tonight I have like a party and then I just don't know where I'm going to be at midnight.
No, I know.
It
And,
does
like,
end
are your
at 11,
friends
so hopefully I'll be home.
Swifties?
Not on my level, so like I can't deal with them because then they'll
I
be
know.
critiquing while I'm listening.
I actually might bring my AirPods to the birthday dinner.
I'm gonna wait till tomorrow
What?
No, I'm not.
as I get ready. Yeah, I want to.
But it's 18 songs. That's a very long album.
I guess
Right.
I'll be looking beautiful because I'm gonna take a long time to get ready.
Are we going to listen to the whole album at midnight? Like, I got to go to bed.
Right.
I want to like not just listen to the songs. I hate listening to songs like to listen so closely. Like I just want to live with the songs.
I wish we were in LA. We'd get it at 9.
Yeah, that's so true. People in LA have it so good.
Yeah, but then they get everything spoiled for them. Like Game of
That's
Thrones.
so
That's
true.
true.
And The Bachelor.
Yeah,
And they're always upset about it.
Game of Thrones is worse because
Yeah.
Bachelor spoilers like, ooh, Christina was Mina.
Right, no, Game of Thrones spoilers were like the actual worst.
Yeah.
Chrismina. Okay, do you think...
I think it's time because I think a lot of what we have to talk about today, you know, really ties into everything we're already saying.
Yeah, no, it's like a lot of my pre-show chatter bleeds into stories, so we might as well just start the stories.
So, without further ado, it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
And of course, I'd be heartbroken if I didn't let you know that today's episode is brought to you by one of our favorite sponsors, actually Jackie's favorite sponsor, Brewmate.
One of my favorite sponsors.
Which is so crazy
I
because
don't
you
know,
don't
but
even
Frank
drink.
and Oak now.
You don't even drink, but Brewmate is really the greatest concept ever. It's really just, it's a cup, a thermos, what would you call it?
It's, yeah, an insulated,
An insulated
way to drink.
beverage holder.
Beverage holder, but it can hold the liquid itself, the whole bottle.
Of wine.
It's for people who like like to drink or even don't like to drink like me, but when they drink, they want quality. So like if I have a bottle of wine and I'm taking it to a party or something, I want it to stay cold.
Also, it's really for people who like to drink outside. And in these summer days, it's borderline. You know, I read a statistic while I was watching Shark Tank, so I didn't read it, I just heard it, that the average can of beer gets hot in 6 minutes.
Wow.
So you have to finish a beer in 6 minutes. That's awful.
Not with Brewmate.
Look, we hate it when our drink gets warm before we're finished it. So if you're like us, you will love Brewmate. They have tons of designs and styles to choose from. They've got something for everyone. I have a stainless steel one. Jackie has like a millennial pink one, would you say?
A toasty pink one.
Would you say it's millennial?
I would say it's good morning, millennials.
Brewmate's stylish insulated drinkware is designed to keep your favorite beverages ice cold all day long. Whatever you're tasting, beer, wine, or spirits, Brewmate makes sure every sip is the perfect temperature. Also, if you're lame, like you could just do Diet Coke too. Like Diet Cokes need to be cold as well.
All drinks must remain cold.
I think Diet Pepsis do too. I'm not sure because I've never had one, but I think they do too. Don't settle for warm alcohol. Chill out with your favorite drinks all day long with Brewmate. Visit brewmate.com and add code STEENS to get 15% off your first order. That's 15% off your first order when you go to Brewmate, brewmate.com, and the code is STEENS, STEENS.
Easy to remember.
Brewmate.com. Sign on, get drunk with cold beverages.
Yes. Get drunk the right way.
And by the way, don't get me wrong, there is a wrong way to get drunk.
There is. I feel like it's also great for college students. Like I would have loved to, and also it's like a closed container. You know, you're not walking around with a bottle of wine.
People would think it's just your coffee.
Right. I would have loved to like walk around to parties with an ice cold wine. I actually did that at reunion, so I finally got to like, you know, use Brewmate in college.
When I think of Brewmate, do you know what I think of?
No.
That scene in Clueless where she has that thermos of coffee for the teacher to share with the other teacher.
Oh, yeah.
I'm such a dud. I packed my dad's espresso instead of my iced tea latte, you know?
Yeah, next, for the remake. I'm such a dud, I packed my dad's Sancerre.
Right, instead of my pink Brewmate. Lols.
Anyways, okay, let's get right into it because the first story today is breaking hearts all over the world. Bethany Frankel announces that she is leaving Real Housewives of New York. And personally, I'm not okay.
Me neither. It took a minute for it to like settle in because at first it was just like, okay, a housewife leaving. That never really happened, so it's kind of crazy because...
And she's the one who said that's never happened in New York that a housewife has ever left.
Right, but her contract was up and she just decided not to re-up. And at first I was like, okay, this is news. And then it really took a minute to like sink in. It's like, I'm such a big Bethany fan. Like, she might be one of my favorite housewives ever, and I enjoy her so much. And you know, the New York franchise has been really lackluster these last few years, but she really has put it on her back.
She has, but even when she's like not involved and she's going through so much, just watching her day to day is interesting, and that's nearly impossible for most housewives. They like conjure up all these like garbage storylines.
Yeah.
But like I could watch Bethany cry in the back of the car, like trying to make business decisions, like for an hour straight.
No, me too. Like I actually would love a Bethany spinoff, like just of her crying in the back of the car.
But now it's like we're going through, history's repeating itself where she's leaving the show. What is she gonna do next? Is she gonna have her own show? She should have a talk show. Like, we've been through this.
But you know what? I was so premature when it all happened for her last time because I didn't get like the Bethany obsession back then.
No.
I was actually on Team Jill.
People were obsessed with Bethany. Like, it was this level, but I think now she has so much going on business-wise that she doesn't need to be on TV anymore. And I think she's in a place where she's trying to do less, not take things out and replace them. So not doing the show will open up her time and her energy.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't do another show, like another reality spinoff.
I think she's so
beyond it. She's on Shark Tank.
Beyond it, but also scarred.
Yeah.
Because like when she came back to Housewives, like she had to like eat shit a little bit, and she learned her lesson, which was like, okay, that wasn't the forum for me. Housewives really is, and she said that when she did her one-on-one on Watch What Happens Live, when she was coming back to Housewives, she was like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm a great housewife. Yeah. And that's what I should be doing.
I know, and what's so crazy is like, obviously she has a viable business, so like she doesn't need to be on TV for money, but like, I just can't imagine knowing Bethany Frankel just as like a random celebrity, not someone like I know a lot of stuff about and watch her on TV. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel that's like where your statitude starts to become like an entitlement. Like, I feel entitled to know everything about Bethany because I love her and I've supported her, and I just like want to know her day to day and literally watch her on a 360, 24 hours a day camera, but that's not a logical way of thinking.
Yeah. No, and I'm truly gonna miss her, and New York will be vastly different without her. But I think she's picking a good time to leave because even though we were always on her side, she redeemed herself from last season.
Yep.
She had a good season this year. Everybody's like hearts are with her, you know, and she made it through the storm, but now it's over.
No,
the storm has passed. She has a new man. She has like she's building a life for herself, and it doesn't require her to be on television.
No, not
and
at all.
give everything to the show.
And there's something to be said about going out on top, and not many people can do it because it's so hard to be on top in general. And then when you're on top, you just want to stay.
Right. It's like gambling.
This is definitely like a really good move for her. It's just like, I'm really sad, and I'm really like worried about the franchise. Like, I actually think she might have been the glue holding this random group of women together, and I do think it might be time to clean house.
Well, this doesn't bode well for Tinsley, because at the reunion, Bethany was like the only one who was having her back and the only one who needs to have your back. So I definitely think there's going to be a shakeup. But
Luann went on Jerry O, and she said there is new castmates.
They start filming in about a month, or now-ish.
No, I read on Twitter that literally they're supposed to start filming like today.
They always start filming like when it's like a little too cold to be in the Hamptons, yet they're all still there.
Right, because like finally they can film now.
Right.
Their summers are over.
So this will be super interesting. These women do not do well with new housewives. Like,
no.
Ramona Singer is not interested.
No, but it's like Real Housewives of Orange County. They've now started to understand like embracing new talent is just a part of the show, and like it actually behooves you and it behooves the entire franchise. So they've all like now, they really like Bronwyn, but they're getting it now.
Yeah, no, it's like change or get left behind. And like Vicky poo-pooed just too many new girls.
Yeah.
And that's not sustainable.
No, it's not. So I really hope the women are self-aware enough in New York to like understand what this means. And I hope they all now like are shaking in their boots a little. Like, Bethany's not here. Like, we could also not be here.
Yeah. But I hope they get quality housewives, because Barbara Kay was not it.
No, it was not it. And you know what's really upsetting is like, we live in the greatest city on earth. Like, New York, say what you want, it is a top 5 global and cultural, and there are so many people with amazing, interesting backgrounds who are fucking rich. And we're with Barbara Kay, and her house has no furniture in the Hamptons.
And it's in
like
foreclosure?
Yeah, Real Housewives is an aspirational show. Like, I want to see some mansions.
Yeah, I completely agree. And you can make the argument that those people don't want to do the show, but there are enough people who will do the show.
No, it's really annoying.
And it's like, it's no longer what it was 10 years ago, where it's like this
tacky
dink reality show. Like, it's big business.
If Denise Richards could do it, so can some of these ladies in New York.
Yeah. So that's no excuse.
None.
Anyway, she posted a really sweet note to Instagram.
Super long.
Letting us all know that the rumors were true. And she's grateful for our stanhood, and we're happy to do it.
It's just like, you don't know what you have till it's gone. Because like, I just have come to...
It was too good to be true.
I just come to it's become a part of my life. Like, Bethany is a housewife of New York. I never even for one second thought that she ever wouldn't be. So that's why it's so shocking. It's just, she's just like been a stable part of my very unstable life.
Yeah.
I'm really upset. And I'm worried. Because the franchise wasn't even good, but I just love Bethany that I don't even care.
It wasn't even a good season.
No, it was awful. It's scary.
But, you know, never say never. Honestly, this season of OC is shaping up to be so good. We're episode 3 and we're in it.
I'm really enjoying it.
Like, we are in it to win it. Things are happening.
Excuse
me. So, bless you. And there was a time when it was like, why is this show on the air? So everything ebbs and flows. This too shall pass.
Yeah, but I also feel like last year was an important year where they brought on 2 new housewives, and honestly, they weren't it, like, at all. And like you said last week, they're literally on their own show. And Bronwyn was a great cast. Mm-hmm. And it made up for the Gina of it all.
Yeah. I think it's tough to bring in 2 new people, because then they latch onto each other, and then also the OGs don't bring them in, so it's like, what are we doing?
That is literally the case of Eileen Davidson and Lisa Rinna. They came on together, they became best friends, and like they were really like their own group of friends. And then they eventually brought in like Erica Jane, and it helped the group. But for a while, it was like silly. They were just driving from Malibu every day together in a limo.
Yeah.
Which looked so fun.
Which doesn't work. Okay, next story. Taylor Swift was on GMA this morning.
Oh my God, I woke up so fucking early.
And she told CBS News that she is moving to regain control of her catalog by re-recording masters of prior songs.
And then she told Robin Roberts right before she went on stage that she is recording in November 2020, so in a year from now, she will legally be allowed via her contract to re-record albums 1 through 5. So that doesn't include 1989, which is very upsetting, and Reputation, which we just got, so I don't need it re-recorded.
I don't need either of those things re-recorded.
I actually would like love an Out of the Woods remastering, which is really annoying because like when I think of Taylor re-recording her song, I think of Out of the Woods, because Out of the Woods, and this is just a testament to like how good of a songwriter and talented artist Taylor Swift is. When I heard Out of the Woods, I'm like, okay, this song is fine.
I just want to...
I know I've said it on the show before.
This might be like the 5th time, but...
But it's an important note, and we have a lot of new toasters. So when I heard the song Out of the Woods, it was a single off of 1989. I was like, okay, this song is fine. Like, is it my favorite? No, like, it's fine. Like, it's a good song. And then I saw it on tour where she completely redid the bridge. It's like It's harmonized. It has a totally different melody. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, cool, this is the best song ever written. So it's like she has 2 different songs. She has multiple songs within a song. And I was really looking forward to getting an Out of the Woods revamp. But since we're not, I guess it's
Are
fine.
we sure she's not? Isn't 1989 5?
No, it's number 5. Yes.
Yeah, 6 is Reputation, 7 is Lover.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I miscalculated. Thank you, Margot, our fact checker. Great, okay, because I don't really need a reputation.
It just came out.
It just came out. Wow, what's such great news?
I know.
And this is also great for her because that means she doesn't have to put out a new album, TS8, until like 2022.
Right, because it looks like we'll get TS7, we'll get a tour, then we'll get like a greatest hits something, re-recording. And then, so it's like we have at least 4 good years with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and that's exciting for her. Like she's set, and she doesn't have to like bleed out for a while.
Right, and she doesn't have to like be thirsty. Well, actually, Ben was getting ready while I was laying in bed watching GMA this morning at the crack of dawn. And he was just watching, and then right when I went to a commercial break, it went to her Capital One commercial. And we were really just trying to compute how much money she's made before her album even comes out. Because here are the facts, here are the statistics that are just really interesting. Huge Capital One partnership. Her AT&T DirecTV thing is like over now, and they used to be like the exclusive content, like whatever partner, and she had to do all these weird AT&T shows. But now that's over, so she has so many new media partners, and she's not pigeonholing herself to one company. She has huge Capital One deal, which is a national commercial and the sponsor of the tour. And they were the sponsor of the GMA Central Park show that they put on this morning. She has a huge partnership with Amazon. She performed at Prime Day. She has an Amazon Music commercial that's a national commercial everywhere. And I'm assuming there's going to be more to come. Spotify and her are releasing billboards everywhere, so that's a huge Spotify deal for her. And she did these like Spotify secret sessions.
But she's so Apple Music running on the treadmill phone.
Well, not anymore.
Really?
There's no partnership with Apple Music. And she's sold almost 1 million pre-order copies. So without even releasing an album, she sold 1 million copies. So methinks before that, and then all the merch. So she has had 4 songs come out with 4 merch drops and 4 singles. So people have bought the single and bought the merch, and there's so much merch each time. 2 music videos. Well, now another one tonight, 3 music videos. So me is estimating that the entire pre-album press kick business, whatever, has estimated around $150 million. That's what I'm going to say. Do you think that's a fair estimate?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
Homegirl is a businesswoman. Wow, look at me. So used to saying businessman.
Wow.
Fucking misogyny being ingrained in my brain.
We're going to reprogram her, you guys.
Yeah, that's what Emrata said. She's being reprogrammed. But there's definitely misogynistic tendencies because that's how she grew up.
Of course, that's how we all grew up.
Yeah.
Got to change the system.
We got to change the system.
This is exciting, as you know, the resident normal person here.
Also, the
excited.
Stella McCartney collab. That's another couple mil.
Fashions, that's not big
Yeah, there's no
bucks.
money there. That's a prestige thing.
There's not a cent there. She probably has to pay them. This is exciting for normal fans of Taylor Swift as well.
Yeah. Just good news all around.
Yeah.
Just like old songs.
You Belong With Me.
revamped-
Maybe she'll re-record it and change the lyrics to Margot's Vagine.
And
Maybe.
maybe she'll give tour versions of songs.
Right.
Like
the woods.
mashups and stuff
Exciting.
that she does.
I just hope she gets creative with it, you know?
Yeah.
I think she will.
She's gonna be so fucking busy. She's 130 songs.
That's it.
But it's like, that's fun busy. It's not like you have
That's
to write a song, worry about how it's going to be perceived, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know these are hits. It's going to slap. Let's record. Like, that's fun music making.
Yeah.
You know?
I have to say something about GMA. Like, it was really, it was an abomination to TV. Like, it was such bullshit. Like, I woke up at like 7 to watch, and she didn't go on until 8:30. And like, they just kept teasing, and like, they wouldn't say when she was coming. And then it was 8, and then it was 8:30. Like, they just kept like, it was clickbait. Like, I know that this is a big get for them, but like, just tell us when she's coming on. I watched so much boring news. But actually, there was an interesting story that I think we should talk about. They did the top 5 most congested cities in terms of traffic. Number 5 was Boston.
Okay. Sorry, Bostonians. But that's why we have so many Boston toasters.
Listening to the toast. Number 4 was New York.
Lies.
I know.
Number 1.
Number 3 was DC. Number 2 was San Francisco. And number 1 was LA.
Fuck that shit. New York traffic is worse than LA traffic.
I agree.
That's what I have to say. So who made that? Who wrote that?
Someone from LA.
Yeah, LA people are like, the traffic is so bad. Like, when you're sitting in traffic in LA, like, you are moving slowly, albeit, but you're moving.
No, it's like LA, there's traffic, but you're moving because it's so big. Like, there's places to move. But
Yeah,
it's like,
you can get off the road. Like, sometimes in New York, you sit on one block, one side street, and you can't go anywhere. And you sit there for 30 minutes trying to go to Camp Toast.
it's gridlock.
It's gridlock.
Oh my God, us going to Camp Toast.
Us going to fucking Asbury Park, New Jersey, we left the city And we left from the west side, so we were taking the tunnel to get to New Jersey. And it took us over an hour to get from 10 blocks from the tunnel to the tunnel. Over an hour, 10 blocks, just sitting there. And there was nowhere to go.
No, it's infuriating.
I just don't understand it.
Me neither.
There was no accident or anything, thank God. Don't understand it.
But also I was watching the traffic news and like there's so many accidents all the time. And it was like a pedestrian was killed on a highway this morning at 2 a.m. Like, why was a pedestrian on a highway?
That's so sad.
It's so sad. Terrible.
Terrible. Well, thank you for that interesting factoid.
That's what happens when I watch the news. It's like you read the newspaper, I watch Taylor on GMA.
And look what you learned.
So many interesting
Sharing with the
factoids.
class.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Miley Cyrus and Kaitlynn Carter send Brody Jenner a joint gift for his 36th birthday, a weed bouquet. Quote, "We'd like to wish you a happy birthday," Miley and Kaitlynn wrote in their birthday card to Brody. Romantic friends Miley and Kaitlynn sent a joint birthday present to Brody Jenner on Wednesday, pun intended. Jenner, who turned 36 on August 21st, shared the gift on his Instagram stories, a gift box from marijuana dispensary Lowell Farms, complete with a weed bouquet. Miley and Kaitlynn, you guys really stepped it up on this one, Jenner can be heard saying in the video. "You know my favorite company of all time. We got the birthday card attached to the weed bouquet. Look at this."
This is like such a nice, weird ending to this incredible saga.
I don't think it's an ending. This is just another stop on the road, and it's nice and weird and cool that everyone's getting along except for Liam.
Right. So sad, who filed for divorce yesterday officially. But Brody was also spotted with a girl multiple times, and I just saw pictures of them making out.
Oh,
Josie Canseco.
She posted him on her story. Like,
you know what's so weird about this whole thing? Because every time I read the story, there is a baseball player, like a super famous one, Jose Canseco.
her dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Josie and Jose, like I get their names confused, and I'm like, Brody Jenner spotted out with a baseball player?
No,
Oh my God, that's her dad?
Yeah, because I was looking at her
Google it.
Instagram, and she like tagged. He came up, so I don't think it was a coincidence unless they just met for the first time. I don't remember, but I remember. I'm pretty sure I confirmed that it was her dad.
Oh my God, you're right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Jose Canseco and Josie Canseco.
That's a really cute name for
Yes.
a child if your name's Jose.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was like so confused. I'm like, Brody Jenner is out with a club with a baseball player?
Is he joining the league?
Yeah, no, it was so confusing. And then I'm like, oh, what a funny coincidence. Like two people, Josie and Jose.
She's super cute.
Yeah, beautiful.
So
Honestly, this like weirdly seems like a really happy ending for most of the people involved in this. So
Except
I
for
guess
Liam
that's
Hemsworth.
good. Who's like the most deserving of a happy ending.
but he'll get his.
Yeah. He needs a nice girl from Australia who likes to, surf.
Yeah.
Well, Margot yesterday was like, oh, and I'm like, what? She goes, Liam filed for divorce, Liam Hemsworth. And I'm like, oh my, I was like shocked. I don't know why I thought she said Chris. And I was like, this family's falling apart. And I was like, post it on the toast. And then she was like, okay. And she was like being so weird. And then I'm like, wait, who did it? And she said,
Yeah,
Liam.
and then I walked in and you were like, Liam filed for divorce. I was like, okay, like that's what you do when
That
you're
seems like the
separating
logical
from
next
your
step.
wife. And then we realized.
Sorry, like I really was upset for a second because honestly, Chris Hemsworth and Elsa are really such a beautiful couple. And they have like such cute kids. And I'm like, it couldn't be possible.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't. Crisis averted, but you just never know these days who's going to fall.
Who do we ship with Liam Hemsworth these days?
I mean, always Olivia Culpo.
Always.
What about, Jennifer Lawrence is engaged. That I
Oh,
ship.
right, she is. Do we see him with like a movie star, with an athlete? Oh my God, maybe one of the soccer girls.
Maybe one of the soccer girls. I do see him with an actress, a fellow biz
It
woman.
makes it easy.
Woman in the biz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something to think about.
Yeah. Well,
That's my new thing to say. You know when like you just have like a phrase that you rely on to end a sentence? I don't know, that's just how I feel, I say, it's just something to think about. That's like my new, I feel as though.
yeah. Some people say, I realize on this show I say, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yep.
So
Just something to think about.
I've got to start working on something else.
No, you just
we
gotta-
used to say totally all the time.
And that's actually a really annoying way to end a sentence.
so yeah, it will suffice for now.
So it's just something to think about. Because you know what? It really is something to think
Yeah,
about.
no, you're giving me something to think
And
about
everything we say here on the toast is truly just like something to think about.
because it's an interesting factoid.
And they're super interesting.
Next story, someone we've never spoken about on this show, but Larry King has totally surprised wife Shawn with divorce filing.
Sad.
Larry King's soon-to-be ex-wife Shawn was completely blindsided by his divorce filing, according to pals. Sources close to Shawn, who has been married to the broadcasting legend for nearly 22 often tumultuous years, told us that she first heard heard of it when she was starting to get calls from reporters who would obtain the divorce papers at the LA courthouse. That's bad.
Do reporters just like wait at the courthouse in various cities and like see if any famous people's names come up in documents?
Yeah, TMZ does that.
Like, you know how many people file for a divorce a day in LA? You'd have to sift through tons of paperwork just to find Larry King. And I'm sure his name is Lawrence King, so you wouldn't know if you were reading it. You're not like some guy.
That is some intern's job. And that's why when people get married in like random states or counties and they don't have people there, it goes unknown for a long time.
Oh, I guess that's...
But you can't really get married in LA without
people knowing
TMZ
about
finding
it.
out.
Or without getting legally married until afterwards. Like some people have the ceremony first and then they get like the marriage license later.
Perhaps, yeah.
Weird. I never thought of it like that for getting married in different states, but that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I remember there's been a few people who's come out that they've been like married secretly.
Cardi B and
Offset.
Yeah, but they
I was going to say Questlove. Like, I just got confused.
they got married somewhere, I forget. So, interesting.
Yeah, they were married for like a whole year before anyone ever knew.
Yeah.
See, celebrities can keep things private.
So, I don't really care about Larry King, but interessant. I think
Another
this is
an
his
interesting
seventh
fact.
wife.
Yeah, that's what's most interesting. He's had 7 wives, but he is ancient, so that is a lot of time, you know?
Yeah,
People
and
are like,
also
that's
it's
crazy,
like-
but it's not. When you're 80, that's like 10 years married.
What's crazy is you think someone has like 7 wives, and so you're like, oh, they must all like be so short, and like, you know, he's just on to the next. But like, it's 22 years.
You know, it's like
That's
10
a
years,
long-ass
7
time.
years. Like, it's like he's not 72
He's like
days.
a cat. He's had truly 7 lives.
Is he still on TV? Like that show on CNN?
I don't think so.
That show was like so...
I wouldn't know, but I don't think so because I've never seen it.
No, me neither, but it's like so iconic, just like the background. It's been in like so many movies and TV shows.
Yeah, and it's always like simulated on TV shows where like you can make someone be on Larry King if you just put that background behind
Right.
them.
It's a part of Joan Rivers' documentary. Like she basically puts the whole interview up.
Very cool. Very cool.
I just remember like getting, like only ever seeing it in Grandma Libby's room. Like just that's the only time I've ever seen the show.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the show in like other movies and TV shows.
Right, exactly.
I'm thinking specifically about this Lifetime movie that I watched about a college porn star at Duke University who was putting herself through college by doing porn.
Cool.
And then everyone found out and she went viral and she went on all these shows. And they actually did a really good job of, they spliced the questioners from, this girl actually went on to do a lot of interviews in real life, but in the movie they like took Pierce Morgan and then they put her in.
But it was his
answering-
real interview with the real girl?
Yes, and then she said exactly what the girl said. So
Cool.
it actually, they did a pretty good job and I'm pretty sure she went on Larry King.
Do you think Pierce Morgan gets paid for that?
Well, his job is to, he's a...
No, I'm saying, but his name and likeness is being used in a Lifetime movie.
No.
I don't think so
No,
either.
I think maybe the people who own the rights, like the network, maybe
Yeah.
they have to get some licensing.
Yeah.
But no, Pierce Morgan doesn't get paid for that.
Too bad. Pierce Morgan's so weird. Like sometimes I really like him and sometimes I hate him. He like says the meanest things, but then sometimes he makes some sense. That might be what people think about us,
I think
though.
that's how everyone feels about Pierce Morgan. And I
Like-
always confuse him with the guy from...
Pierce Brosnan.
No, the dad from What a Girl Wants. He looks so much like
Colin
him.
Firth.
What?
They literally
Yeah,
couldn't-
they couldn't look
Colin
less
Firth
alike.
is a daddy.
They're
like,
fucking twins.
No, they're not.
Jackie. Are you
Yes.
thinking of the right people?
Yes, the Pride and Prejudice, Mr.
Yes, Colin Firth.
Colin Firth, Love Actually. He
King's
is
Speech.
King's Speech. He's Pierce
Jackie,
Morgan
they literally
to me.
couldn't look less
In
alike.
my head, like they're the same person.
When I was growing up, you couldn't pay me to figure out who was Sandra Bullock and who was Julia Roberts.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, and they both were just like America's sweetheart with big smiles.
That's like the Chris's nowadays.
Yes,
Pine,
Pine.
Evans, Pine, and Pratt.
No, but I know Chris Pratt.
But they're all we know him because like we love
They
him.
all do the same Marvel movies. Like,
Yeah.
it's very confusing.
It's confusing. But Pine and Pratt. I mean, Pine and Evans. Don't get me started.
Okay, I know we have this conversation like once a year, but also the guy from the Reese Witherspoon War.
One of the Chris's.
Yeah, not both.
No, I'm pretty sure the other one is Rosie Huntington Whiteley's husband, Jason.
No, he's not in. We
Statham.
actually, Jackie, we've literally had this conversation and we looked it up. Jason Statham is not in. What's that Reese Witherspoon movie called?
This Means War.
This Means War. Jackie, I swear on all that is holy, he is not in.
Okay,
This
now
Means
we
War.
have to. Sorry, guys.
It's like another British guy, but Jason Statham
Tom
is
Hardy.
bald.
Tom
Yes.
Hardy. Oh my God.
Sorry for everyone who's been watching the shows from the beginning because this is the 3rd time we've had this conversation.
Okay, honestly, Tom Hardy is so memorable, but why is he so unmemorable in that movie?
He's not memorable at all. I literally couldn't pick him out
He's
of
the
the lineup.
hottest man alive.
Show me him. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Oh my God, are you for real?
British men confuse me.
No, Claude, he's it.
Oh, yeah, he looks vaguely familiar.
You know him.
Sort of.
Wimbledon.
I'm just not a movie buff.
Creepy
I feel like
movie.
he's in like movies, you know, like cinema experiences.
Like-
Like I just watch like romantic comedies.
Like Mad Max. He's
Never saw it.
I never saw that either. I'm trying to see what. Oh, This Means War, of course. Ooh, Black Hawk Down. Crazy movie.
Never saw it.
Ugh, I don't even know
He's
if to
like in
recommend
films
it.
made for movie buffs, you know, and that's just not me. I'm much more of like a Netflix original Noah Centineo movie. Oh my God. Me and Margot watched, I'm going to say it, the worst movie ever made.
Wait, he was also in Dunkirk. What's the worst movie ever made? I know.
Swiped.
Yep, saw it. Terrible.
I'm shocked at Noah Centineo's lack of vision because he should have seen from the beginning that Jungle, whatever this stupid
Wait,
movie.
by the way, talked about this on the show when I watched
I didn't finish it, Jackie.
We didn't finish it.
It was horrendous.
It was horrendous. And so this weekend, I suggested 2 movies for you guys to watch because all I do is watch terrible movies. And sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. But like I said this weekend, like you have to imagine how many actually bad movies I've watched to get to the good bad ones.
Right.
That was one of them.
Swiped, guys, honestly, it's so bad that like you should watch it. It is bad acting, bad sets, bad production, bad casting, bad set design, like
Bad script.
bad everything. It is awful. And you know what? Like Noah Centineo, love him. He's not good in it either.
No, but he didn't need to like give his best to this awful movie.
I hope he got paid a lot of money.
He definitely didn't, but it's like sometimes with all these, movies, to the untrained eye, they're all the same. Swiped and Kissing. Was he in Kissing?
No, To All the Boys.
To All the Boys I Love. Like, yes, that one is so much better and it's based on a book, but like, he's also in a lot of other Netflix movies, and it's like Sierra Burgess.
Awful movie too.
Yeah.
With a terrible message.
Yeah, that was not a good movie. That
Yeah,
movie made no sense.
that was so weird. Like when she actually kissed him and he thought he was kissing someone else, I was like, this is so fucked up.
This is assault.
Yeah,
It's harassment.
yeah, it was crazy, but at least we
got Christine Froseth.
yeah.
By the way, you know what? It really is. I was just watching an episode of Law & Order with this like basketball team that had like really terrible hazing and something bad really happened. And they did like a whole investigation into the hazing. And one thing that they did was blindfolding like one of the new guys on the team and giving them like a girl to give them a blowjob. And then it ends up that it was like one of the players on the team who's gay giving like this guy a
I've seen
blowjob.
that one.
And there was like a whole conversation on the episode, like what is that? Like is it rape? Like what? It's like non-consensual, but it was consensual because he thought it was a woman. And this is like that Sierra Burgess was like a much less scary version of that.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Law & Order is always tackling like heavy, hard-hitting.
Topical issues.
And I just saw a commercial for the new season, and they do a couple episodes ripped from the headlines. So they have like a Harvey Weinstein episode. I'm really
Wow.
looking forward to it.
Wow, that's exciting. Just another Tom Hardy movie that's really great and underrated is Lawless.
Never saw it.
Probably no one's ever seen it. It's like about prohibition. But Jessica Chastain's in it and Shia LaBeouf, I believe, and it's a great film. So if anyone was looking for an actual good movie, don't watch Swiped.
Well, that just reminded me. Also, an actual good movie that just reminded me because it's called Lawless. Remember Limitless? Mm-hmm. The Bradley Cooper like translucent pill thing.
Yeah, they made a TV show about it.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a hit that was, but the movie was excellent.
I kind of liked the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It's
stupid,
just,
but it was good.
It makes you wonder, like, what would happen if we had complete access to 100% of our brain? Apparently, we only use like 5%. I think I use like 1, but
Yeah.
and with each time with more time I spend on my phone, I'm like losing that 1%. I'm thinking I'm at like 0.5% now.
You'll get it back.
Just something to think about.
You'll get it back.
I'll get it back, yeah.
Okay, fifth and final story, some really sad news. Brazil's Amazon rainforest is burning at a record rate, research
No one
center
is
says.
talking about this.
It's so weird. Why is no one talking
Shame
about
on
it?
literally every news outlet because I haven't seen it written up anywhere except on Twitter.
Yeah, but now it's in CNN. Fires are raging at a record rate in Brazil's Amazon rainforest, and scientists warn that it could strike a devastating blow to the fight against climate change. The fires are burning at the highest rate since the country's Space Research Center, the National Institute for Space Research, INPE, began tracking them in 2013, the center said Tuesday. There have been more than 72,000 fires in Brazil this year, with more than half in the Amazon region. That's more than an 80% increase compared with the same period last year. That's crazy. The Amazon is often referred to as the planet's lungs, producing 20% of the oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh my God, that's so scary and so
That's
bad. And I
bad.
saw somewhere that like there was so much fog that the sun couldn't shine through and it got dark at 3 p.m.
Oh my God.
I know, this is really sad. And like all the wildlife that are dying, like it really makes me want to cry. And like, what can you do?
I don't
This
know.
is like the California wildfires. It's
Yeah.
like the most helpless, awful feeling.
Yeah.
Do people, this might be like truly the dumbest question ever asked. Do people live in the Amazon or it's just animals?
I have no idea.
Like the California wildfires were in like suburbia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there homes? I don't
You
think
know,
so.
it's actually not the dumbest question because I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know that it's super residential, but maybe some people live there.
It's residential for like birds.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like we need to all send help, all countries, like send
We
some
need to
copters.
get those planes with the powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those videos of California, like planes dropping all that. It's like the craziest thing ever.
Crazy. But they got.
I'm so glad that's over.
Yeah, they got it done.
They got it done. People are still rebuilding, but like I'm so like that week where we kept reporting on like the same fire was like so awful.
And it was just getting worse. And then there was 3 fires.
Yeah, it takes a toll.
It does.
It makes you just like reflect and like want to talk to a therapist. Maybe one on Talkspace.
Maybe.
Talk to therapists that very same day. Send your therapists unlimited text, audio, picture, or video messages from anywhere at any time. I feel like this is kind of revolutionary because like everything's coming to your house these days. Like why can't your therapist?
Right.
You know, it's like
Something
Uber.
and like your mental health is
The most
important thing in your life. Might as well get it on demand.
And it's like if you go to therapy and you just have like a small question, like you have to wait a whole week to like spend another money on like another session. Like you just need help with like one quick thing, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really just like a 5-minute conversation that can like really fix your day. Mm-hmm. Finding the right therapist doesn't have to be stressful. The Talkspace matching process takes your unique preferences into account to find you someone whose style and expertise matches your needs. And if you want to switch therapists, you can do so at any time and no extra cost. They're convenient and easy to use, and most importantly, it's affordable. 1 month of therapy on the Talkspace platform costs about the same amount as a single face-to-face session. Best of all, you'll never have to wait week to week to share what's on your mind. That's the best part. So not only does it cost, if you're going to therapy 4 times a month, it costs literally 75% less. And not having to wait just to talk to someone can be super helpful because also you might forget like by the time.
yeah, you might feel better, but it's still like ruminating somewhere.
Yeah, and also like just so much shit happens in a week. Like it's too long to wait. Mm-hmm. Talkspace has more than 5,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing the challenges we all face. To match you with your perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of a traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use the code TOAST to get $65 off your first month and show your support for our show. That's TOAST, T-O-A-S-T, to get $65 off your first month at Talkspace.com. Remember, code TOAST.
Love it. It's 11/11 Make-A-Wish. I wish that the Amazon fires would stop. Also, people are saying that people do live there. Indigenous people live there, and
Oh, of
that
course.
it's populated along the river.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
That's terrible.
just wanted to correct that. Terrible.
Oh, literally heartbreaking.
So justice for them.
Fires is one of those things that I feel like in 2020, like we haven't figured out how to stop a fire. It was like the first.
I know, but
it was the first element ever made.
I know, but it's really like man versus nature. You know, it's like we can't control it.
No, I know. No, you can't control it. Like you couldn't. There's no way you could like stop an earthquake. But a fire seems like it's scientific. Like you should be able to contain it.
Yeah. No, and they can. They have ways, but just sometimes it's bigger than us.
It's truly just something to think about.
It is.
It
Thank
is.
you for giving me something to think about.
Okay, so much TV to recap. Let's jump into Southern Charm Reunion Part 1. Everyone was looking dazzling.
Dazzling.
Except, I'm not gonna lie, I was not into Chelsea's dress.
Okay.
But the middle part.
Catherine, best she's ever looked. Best she's ever looked since she's been on television. I loved her dress. I loved her hair. I loved her makeup. She looked incredible.
Incredible. I love that they addressed the middle part when she was before they actually sat down talking with her hairstylist.
And now you understand why she always wears a side part.
Because she wants to cover her
she
forehead.
thinks she has a big forehead.
That's what she said, yeah. It was just super, super interesting. The girls of Southern Charm are just like so laid back. Like Catherine really elevates the style, but like they all look beautiful and just wearing like simple dresses, you know?
Yeah, like they're relatable women.
Yeah.
You know? And then I love that Catherine like brings that extra bit of drama, not mentally, literally.
Yeah. Did you feel like Andy was being like really mean? Like in the sense that he was just like really, he's like, do you want to hear what these people had to say about you? He was reading so many mean viewer submissions.
100%, and it's like because he can't say it from his mouth, but let me read all the comments of things that I'm thinking, which in certain situations I was glad for, but he was definitely just cutting right to the chase.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we skirt around an issue, and then if it doesn't, you know, bear fruit, then he'll be like, but you did do that.
Right.
But he was just like, you did this. What do you have to say?
Yeah.
It was almost like
it was like a Q&A. Like they covered so much ground.
They covered a lot of ground, but I felt overall in this episode, like everyone kind of had each other's backs, especially Naomi and Craig.
Yeah, but nobody really had Shep's back.
No, and you know what? He needs to
be on his own.
To own up and everyone loves him. Like, there is a side of him that is very not nice. And I mean, the cast loves him. The viewers love him. Like, he got his own show.
They have turned a little bit, I think.
They have, but we're always ready to forgive it and move on. And he just really needs to apologize and go step by step by everything that he did and make a commitment to be better. And that's all anyone can do. And once, like, I like him so much as a person. This season was a little disappointing as a fan. But all we need is like an apology and just to be better next season,
right.
And we will be okay.
I love Craig. Like, I really can tell the difference with him being on Adderall and not. And he's so much more himself. And I really love him. I love how much he, like, totally still loves Naomi. And I love how much he, like, just loves and respects and takes care of Catherine.
Loves, respects, and is just the soothsayer of the South.
Yeah, he's about to sell his 1,000th pillow.
We've got to get some.
I know. Like toasty ones. I feel like he's the toastiest material.
I guess he already sold the 1,000th pillow because it was filmed a while ago, but I want it to be the 1,000th.
There were two moments I really want to talk about, and I felt really bad when Andy and Austin were like coming for Naomi and Matul because me and Margot met Matul, by the way, so hot and literally the nicest, funnest, coolest. Like, he was talking all about his doctor. I was showing him, some of my wounds, and he was really just he really is like a funny, charismatic guy, and it just doesn't translate at all. And also, like, he's not interested. Like, he has a fucking career. Like, he's not interested in caring what America thinks about him. He does it because I think Naomi just wants him on the show, and it's her life. So I totally got what she was saying, and like Andy was reading viewer questions, like saying he was controlling. Like, he wasn't telling her not to eat a pita. Like, they're obviously on a program together. They're like diet buddies. That was so stupid and blown out of proportion.
So stupid. And it wasn't like, can I eat this? And he was like, no. She was like, I'm tempted by this. And then he reminded her why she shouldn't eat it.
Right, she's not a prisoner. Like, may I have some more, please? Like, they're on a program together, obviously.
And Naomi explained it perfectly, but I feel like we didn't even need an explanation. Like, if you think that seeing 2 minutes of this person once every 4 weeks sums up their relationship, like, it doesn't.
No, but Austin was like really like doubling down on like what the viewers were saying, and it was making me sad.
I think what he was trying to say, I don't think he was doubling down. I think it was like a half a sentence where he was like, no, that looked really bad, knowing that that's not the case.
They cut out the other part.
Like, no, or just he was saying, yeah, it looked bad. It did look bad. But that's not the full story.
Yeah.
But
I felt really bad. That's like tough to like defend your man when he didn't do anything. It's just like, it's just not who he is. Like, he's a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe we saw Jason in the finale, by the way. That was crazy.
And it was crazy. And like everyone was aware that it was crazy.
They're like, what are you doing here? I guess like not only does he not film, he just doesn't come when they do film.
Yeah, well, he probably can't come to most things, but also just doesn't want to be on TV. But I think at this point, like, Cameron's really cemented. There's no way that like anything's going to be misinterpreted, and now America just like loves them. It's not risky anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not. But the other moment I wanted to point out, which was one that I really found to be incredibly interesting, was Andy was reading just some of the things people were saying about Cameron complaining about being a stay-at-home mom. Like, a lot of people, work is not a choice for them, and it's a privilege that you have that, and like you complaining, and that's what I said here on the show.
That's what you said on the show.
And she totally owned it. She's like, seeing myself on TV, like I wanted to die. Like, I know that I'm so privileged, and I was mortified. And I'm just like, there's such value these days in just like owning your shit and like being able to apologize. Like, nobody does that anymore. So it's like, it's so unique when someone was like, oh my God, I was so wrong. Like, that just, we're so used to people like just like deflecting and defending themselves. Owning your shit, there's so much value in that, and like I just appreciated it so much.
Right.
And I'm not even a mom, and I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a person who would be begrudged by that because I don't have kids, you know?
Right.
And I don't know what I'll be like.
She could have defended him and like, you don't know until you have kids, blah, blah, blah.
And by the way, some people are like, until you're a mother. Like, people love to just like deflect, and I loved her response.
Yeah. But I also love that like, we saw her real life. Like, okay, maybe she could have had those thoughts and said, that might not come off well.
Right.
Let me make something else up to be my thing this season. But no, she's just herself. Sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. And I appreciate that in my reality TV stars.
Can we talk about Catherine on Watch What Happens Live and the fact that she says she can drink?
Yes.
I thought she couldn't smoke weed or drink alcohol.
Okay, so this has been very confusing, and it's something that I've thought about. I don't know if I've spoken about, because she lost her kids because Thomas made all these claims against her that she, was an alcoholic, that she was abusing drugs, blah, blah, blah. And this was back when Thomas had all the power.
Credibility.
So those things could have been true or untrue. She was definitely smoking and drinking, but like to the point where she was
But like everyone
unfit.
does.
No, but right, there you can smoke and drink, or you can like smoke, drink, and be an unfit mother.
Yeah.
I don't know what she was actually doing, but Thomas had the power and got her kids taken away from her. Maybe he would have done that even if she was the perfect person,
Yeah.
So now it's like she is in a great place. It was never confirmed that she is an alcoholic. That's why she can't drink. She was just made to look a certain way.
Do you think there was something going on when she was on Watch What Happens Live?
Well, we talked about it on the show, and I think you said she was being weird. And to me, like, that's just, and now in hindsight, yes, something was going on. But at the time, I didn't think it was weird. I thought she's just a fidgety person. I know she gets, like, really nervous and anxious, especially, like, you're on TV, she's with Patricia, like, Mitchell Tenpenny's there. Like, that can screw anyone up. He was the bartender. Like, I think it was Mitchell's fault.
Yeah.
She was just thrown off by, like,
How
nice-
much talent there was in the room.
how much talent there was in the room.
That's very possible. But Austin, like, really coming for Kaitlynn because she said one thing, like, on Watch What Happens Live, and she was like, who? When talking about Austin. Like, you're going to get so upset about that, bro.
No.
Chill out.
But then at first I was like, okay, calm down. But first of all, she's like kind of belittling him and making it like he's not even a part of the show. He's very much a part of the show. You should know who Austin is. But what he said is like, it feels like you don't even remember saying that.
Okay.
And then when Naomi was making faces about Craig, and Craig was like, do you even remember? I mean, when Kaitlynn was making faces about Craig was like, do you even remember saying that?
Right.
Doing
The
that.
remembering, yes, but it seemed like Austin was, like, truly butthurt, like, really upset that she said, who?
Yeah, I agree. It was an overreaction, but
You know
it's
who
like
didn't talk the whole time? Chelsea.
she's not. Yeah, she's been pretty low key this season. She's not really in. She'll probably talk about the Madison stuff
And her
like,
boyfriend,
Yeah.
if anyone cares.
Yeah. Ugh, I love Madison, and I'm so scared for her next week.
I know, she looks so beautiful, and I'm feeling conflicted because I do think she was actually really sorry when she said the thing that she said because she, like, was trying to come for Shep, and he made her so angry that she just said the most hurtful thing she could think of, and it took down Danny, who was an innocent bystander. But I do think some things happened after that maybe made it worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I don't know. And they say they're not together on the show, but like they're not together. So they're not putting themselves in a good position.
I know. I just want them to work out. Like, they make it seem like they live, like, on different sides of the tracks. Like, it's a turf war. Like, the war is keeping them apart. He's in the American Revolution. Like, they live literally next door to each other, and why can't they work it out?
She's a red coat.
Right. And she's a blue.
The British are coming.
They're fucking coming.
No, and also, a relationship can't work when, like, you've isolated yourself from all of your friends and nobody likes you
Yep.
together. Like, it just can't.
But you know who it did work out for? Spencer and Heidi.
That's true.
True. It can happen.
It can happen.
They were completely isolated from everyone, and everyone was like, it's so toxic. But, like, is it? They're the only ones still together.
You're right.
And they literally have, like, a happy fucking life.
Okay. I've stand corrected.
Yeah, no, they are, like, changing history.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was a great
Is
reunion.
it 2 or 3 parts? I feel like 2.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't say, but I feel like all that's left to talk about really is Madison now.
Right, and Ashley. Is she coming on the reunion? Where's Eliza?
I don't know. I miss her.
I actually, like, she really grew on me.
She really grew on me. I hope she's back next season and, like, more involved. She has a new man now.
I know.
Who seems more Southern charmy, so hopefully they'll get in the mix.
But that other guy was, like, really nice and cute, and, like, he was always just around being supportive, holding her purse.
I agree. I wonder what happened. I don't know.
He's a catch. Someone in Charleston should go get him.
No, but he's from, like, New Jersey. Don.
Oh, someone in New Jersey should go get him.
Yeah. Just cross the bridge.
Yeah. Maybe we go to Target.
OC.
Oh, okay. OC. What happened? Oh my God, just the longest conversation ever between Emily and Gina. Like, was it just me or did that, when they were sitting on the couch, like, it never ended?
I think, like, everyone thought it was going to be, like, super compelling stuff, but we did learn that Matt
he
had an affair.
But what was more interesting than that was that everyone already knew.
Yeah.
So when they were all being so surprised last season, being like, you're getting divorced? And they were just, like, beating it out of her. They knew. Stop.
No, but that's also, like, they knew, so they're trying to get her to say.
I know, but, like, they're new
doesn't-
friends. She's not going to come out with, like, her deepest, darkest, most embarrassing secret.
Okay, then don't come on TV.
I don't know. I just thought if they all knew, they all
understand-
could have been a little kinder.
No, because that's such bullshit. Like, you don't just get divorced, say only incredible things about this person when, like, everyone else knows that there's something else going on, and, like,
I know, but I heard what she was saying. She's like, I'm on a TV show now. I'm not going to be out here, like, slandering their dad. Like,
I agree. I understand why she did it now, but I also understand why the women didn't take that so easily. And by the way, they never even brought her to the point of having to say anything. No one brought it up.
right.
They were
I wonder
fine.
why she did bring it up now. Obviously, it makes things a little bit more clearer from last season.
Yeah. And now I remember, I think it was in the Toasters, like, someone had said that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That was really sad that they're still dating, and she found a Valentine's Day card. Like, I'm sure when she found it, she thought it, like, might have been for her.
No, but the woman wrote it.
No, but just the front of the
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
Like, oh my God, Matt. It was in his car, so she was like, oh my God, Matt.
I can't. I'm really worried about her. Like,
know.
every episode, I feel like she's just deteriorating. And, like, in every testimonial, she'll look different, and I can't put my finger on it. And,
I
like,
know.
her extensions are falling out of the front of her head. Like, I'm worried.
I too am worried about her.
And we know it gets worse from here.
And honestly, I'm really feeling sad for Emily. Like, I feel like she's having such a bad year. Like, and I really like her, and I think she's like a good mom, and she just wants to do it all. Like, and that thing with the dance, like, it was so sad and so cute. And like, I knew exactly what she was talking about. Like, I wanted to do something like out of my comfort zone. And he just like completely shot me down. And someone said a theory in the Toasters that I thought was really interesting, because they're like really airing their dirty laundry, like more so than last year. Someone was like, I feel like they're divorced, and like him taking the bar is like he's never been in the house. Like, maybe he moved out.
Maybe. No, I don't think they're divorced, but like they're definitely on their way.
Yeah.
And that's why it's kind of no holds barred. And now she wants to just let everyone know what's going on, so that when they do get divorced,
It's not a shock.
There'll be a clear winner.
I hope though that if and when she does get divorced, she stays on the show, because I feel like she could have like a Shannon rebirth. Like, I think this really toxic marriage where like he just talks down to her and like doesn't make her feel good, and like I think that it really weighs her down. Like, she's kind of like boring and sad.
Yeah.
And I think she's actually like fun and cool. And I think that like in a year from now, if they do get divorced, like we could see fun Emily.
Yeah.
And I actually could see her and new fun Shannon could get along.
I agree. I really like her. And even last season, like their relationship definitely had weird elements to it, but it wasn't concerning. And I think I even defended it, because like everyone has a different way of doing things. Like Gina was being annoying in the house. They do have small kids. Like, you know, I didn't think he was like so awful.
No.
But for me, the dance, the parents not like saying you're being harassed by being asked to just get on the phone at your parents' birthday, and not encouraging your wife to do something like awesome and special and out of her comfort zone for you, like, you're a piece of shit.
Now I have a question. At what point, you know, you're 40 or 50 years old, you have kids, like your life is settled, you can't pass the bar. At what point do you just like stop?
Right.
Like, you're the man of the house, like you gotta earn. Like, okay, you can't pass the bar, do something else.
Well, has he taken it before?
Yes.
How many times?
I don't want to misspeak, but I think he's taken it more than once.
Okay, well, if he doesn't pass it this time, like with staying in a hotel and being in the library, like...
No, it's weird.
It's going to be a no for me.
It's some way no. Just, the show is so fun to watch because I absolutely adore Shannon Bedore, and Shannon Bedore. No, wait. Yeah.
You Bedore.
But
you Bedore Shannon Bedore.
Yeah, I love her, and I'm just so happy for her, and I love her kids, and I love her like light spirit. That conversation she was having with Bronwyn was just so real and raw, and like they definitely had a drink, and like they just cried, and I love how she's being open now to everyone, and I just think this is the Shannon Bedore that David Bedore fell in love with, and I'm so happy she's back.
Yeah, and that it's on her terms now. It makes me so happy because...
It's his third time taking the bar, according to someone in the comments.
Oh, wow. It's a character development that we haven't fully seen on the show in any franchise. And I think it's something that so many women go through, where you get divorced, the man paid for the water. I don't know that there's water.
Right.
The weight gain, the feeling of defeat, and then for her to have this like comeback, I think it's so amazing for women everywhere to see, like, you can do it.
No, and that's what the Housewives is. Like, I know, like, Gloria Steinem goes on Watch What Happens Live and says that it's a detriment to feminism.
No, I think Gloria Steinem likes the Housewives.
No, she doesn't.
It's the Kardashians she doesn't like.
No, she has said that the Housewives are not good for feminism.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I see how someone could
So
perceive...
maybe she does like the Kardashians.
I could see how someone would perceive it that way, but at the same time, like, there are so many women who come on the show, like, to get divorced, or, like, they really, like... They stay in the house all day and they cook and they clean, and then they have this like liberation when they get divorced, and it's like, I don't think they ever would have done it if it weren't for the show, like, giving them independence.
Or they have this liberation when they go on the show and they're not getting divorced. Like, Melissa Gorga has spoken about that, where like...
That's what she said about Jennifer.
Yeah.
Jennifer was like home all day cooking, cleaning kids, and then she never had like a group of friends to take her on a trip before.
No, but even Melissa had that experience where that was her life before she went on the show. Now she's a businesswoman. Like, she has so much going on. It's changed her relationship with Joe. He's had to like figure out their new life, but like they're doing it together, and like they're better off for it.
Yeah. No, I think that there's an unspoken like feminist
undertone to the Housewives, 1,000%.
1,000%, and it doesn't get spoken enough about. Like, I would love someone to write a book about it. Like, I would actually read it, maybe.
Yeah.
With my two brain cells.
I mean, there's definitely some things that are like anti-feminist, you know, the fighting and the name calling and tearing each other down, because that's like what the show needs in order to sustain. But like, if you can ride that wave, I think at the end of the day, it's, especially in like Beverly Hills, when, you know, like the last episode where they're all having lunch, just like being happy for each other. And it's like, Erica Jane is the perfect example of like a woman who never trusted other women, didn't have friends who were women, and like through the Housewives has found a way to like have female friends and really like enjoy that, which was something that her life was missing before.
Yeah, no, everyone just comes on and has different experiences.
I totally
And I'm really enjoying
agree.
watching OC. I know the Vicky stands are like, OC sucks. It doesn't.
What is his train?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out next week, right?
We better.
I love a to be continued moment that's like actually warranted. Like sometimes in the middle of a scene, Bravo will be like, to be continued. It's like, what are we continuing?
No, it's like, of course the show will continue.
Yeah.
To next week. Like,
Right.
You could
No.
technically end every show with to be
It's
continued.
gonna be a great to be continued.
I need to know what train is. It sounds like shit's about to blow up. And now we finally know why Kelly Dodd has turned on Tamara recently, because Tamara brought up train at
Got
the
it.
table.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
you know what? Like,
if it was this unspoken thing,
and now Tamara's the one who put it on TV, and now it's all going to get aired out. I understand.
Yeah.
Why Kelly's mad. I mean, some of the stuff she says and does takes it too far, but I understand why she turned. And that's it.
cool. Well, that's all we got for you guys. Thank you for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show. We go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, so feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. We're also available in the podcast app anywhere podcasts can be found, so feel free to give us a 5-star subscription over there too. We love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow for our final show of the week.
For Lover Day.
Woohoo!